Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've done a Final Destination update, and finally we've got a bit of an update and we know for a fact that the next Final Destination movie is happening. So this is what we know so far. We know that the movie is definitely going to be called Final Destination Bloodlines, and this is the official logo as it stands for the title of the movie. Now, the title is probably not going to change, but the look and the font could possibly change. They've ditched the 6 from Final Destination 6, and I think that might be a wise choice because this is a refresh of the franchise. It's almost like its own part 1. So I think ditching the number 6 is sometimes a better thing to do because you want to let your audience know that this isn't a continuation of the previous stories. And also, seeing a part 6 in a film franchise can sometimes put people off because some people, the general audience, might go, oh, a 6 movie in a franchise? I can't be bothered with that. Producer Craig Perry also confirmed the other day that filming has begun. They finished their day 1 shoot. We know that the film is definitely coming out in 2025. They did mention that they will be celebrating their 25th anniversary of the first Final Destination movie with the release of Final Destination Bloodlines. So I'm kind of guessing here that the film might actually come out round about March 2025, which is the 25th anniversary of Final Destination. And if they're filming the movie right now in March 2024, then you could probably give yourself a safe bet that it will come out a year later. So March 2025 is my guess, but at least we know for definite it's 2025. The film will be released in IMAX. Now, I can't remember if any of the previous movies came out in IMAX. Maybe part 5 did, I'm not too sure, but we know for definite this is going to be epic because we're getting a Final Destination movie in IMAX. The film has been in development for at least 3 years. At least we know the title has been in development for 3 years, or the idea has, Final Destination Bloodlines. I think the producer also joked that they weren't taking the title from Pet Sematary Bloodlines because they had the idea for 3 years. The film's going to be directed by Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein. The creator, Jeffrey Reddick, he says it's not like any other Final Destination movie, so they're taking a unique approach to this, unlike any of the other previous movies. It's been written by Laurie Evans Taylor, and it's also been written by Guy Busick. You'll remember Guy Busick from Scream 5, Scream 6, and Ready or Not. So it seems like he's breaking away from the Radio Silence crew. Jon Watts, who directed the Spider-Man trilogy, the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, will be producing this. Along with Craig Perry as producer, we've also got Dianne McGunigle and Sheila Hanahan Taylor. They will also produce with him. This will also be the longest distance between a Final Destination movie. Final Destination 5 coming out in 2011 and Bloodlines coming out in 2025. So that's 14 years between them. As far as the story goes, we've heard a lot of rumours of what it might be about. We've even got confirmation of what it was supposed to be about previously, but the scripts keep changing and there's no definite answer as to what it's going to be about. One of the stories was supposed to be about the first responders, but I think that was quickly scrapped. And then the latest idea, which sounds like it could be true because it's about Bloodlines, is about a family. Now, this woman 50 years ago saved people from a tower collapse, and in doing so, she saved herself as well. And because she saved herself and had children and grandchildren, those children and grandchildren shouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for her cheating death. So what Bloodlines could be about is death could be coming after her grandchildren. Once it takes care of her grandchildren, it comes after her kids, and then finally herself, or it can come after them in any shape or form, any way possible. So that's what it was supposed to be about until this new idea came into place. But because this new one's called Bloodlines and that previous script was about Bloodlines, I wouldn't say it would be too dissimilar to what we're going to get. Maybe they'll take some ideas from the first responder script. Maybe they'll take some ideas from this Bloodline script, and then the new idea that they've actually got will get taken into consideration as well. But one thing we know for sure is it's going in a new direction. It's a new take. Now, I don't want to confirm anything as to what the script's definitely going to be about. It's only rumours just now. And this video is about what we actually know. So we don't know what the script's going to be. We've only got some ideas and rumours at this moment in time. One thing's for sure though is with the tower collapse idea with the Bloodlines, I think you always try and find the ideas of what this disaster could be at the beginning of the movie, leading on to death coming after everybody. It's not going to be taken in that approach. However, if one of the disasters in this latest film is a tower collapse, I'm not saying it's a good idea because you don't want to see people die, but it's an interesting idea, an interesting beginning to a movie for a Final Destination film, seeing that a massive tower collapsing and everybody trying to get out and then focusing on certain people. It sounds pretty good. So that's all we know for definite so far, guys. Because the film has officially started filming, then we know there's going to be more updates as the year goes by, but we definitely know it's coming out next year. Fantastic. There's no casting involved yet. I know that people are there filming the movie. We don't know who's there. It might be just extras at this moment in time, just filming some scenes, and then the main stars might come in later on throughout the year. No idea, but as far as I'm aware, there's no official casting for this film, so I can't give you rumours on who's going to be the lead, who the characters are, because there's no official notice on any of that, so we don't know yet, but more news will come out as soon as we get it. So what are your thoughts so far, guys? Are you a fan of the Final Destination franchise? I certainly am. I love the Final Destination franchise. For me, the worst one is the Part 4. I think Part 4 is the worst one for a lot of people, but I still have some enjoyment in that movie. I think it was overshadowed by its use of the 3D gimmick that they got back in the day. If they ignored the 3D gimmick and gave us a bit more of a story, maybe it would have been better. But it's still an okay movie in what I think is a really strong franchise. So I've got high hopes for Bloodlines. But what about you? Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back seat! Tell me where you are, John!
Wolfman's got Nards.